What is going on, guys? Today I'll be showing you how to install Unreal Engine 4.26 from source. Some requirements are going to be Visual Studio, the Epic Games Launcher, and a Github account. Moving right along, the first place we're going to navigate to is the Unreal Engine website. We're going to click download in the top right and scroll down here and click download now. Once that download finishes, run the installer and let it fully install and update. Since I already have this, I'm not going to continue any further. Next, we're going to go to Personal, go on to Connections, and then to Accounts. Here's where you're going to link your GitHub account. Mine's already linked, but I can show you what it would look like. After you click connect, it'll redirect you to link your account with your GitHub account. And that's what's going to allow you to download the source code from GitHub. After you've connected your account, you should get an email, and then you can go to the top link in the description. That's going to take you to GitHub, where you can download the Unreal source. You're going to make sure that you have release selected to get the most up-to-date build, and then you're going to go over to code, click download zip, and for right now you won't need to do anything with that. After that, navigate to Visual Studio's website, link also in description. You're going to hover over download Visual Studio, and you're going to click on Community 2019. Once that is finished and you start your installer, you should be greeted with a page that looks like this. You're going to scroll down and make sure you click Game Development with C++. You're going to make sure you have Unreal Engine Installer selected towards the bottom, and also the top 3 in optional. You're going to let that continue downloading and installing. As this is finishing up, once you have Visual Studio installed, we could proceed with the next step of going to wherever you downloaded your Unreal Engine source and extract it to wherever you like. I chose the C drive for this. This can take a pretty long time depending on your computer, but shouldn't be more than about 10 minutes. Once that's finished, you can open it up to wherever you extracted it to. Now, if you just try to run the generate project files.bat, you're going to be greeted with this error. It's going to tell you to make sure you downloaded everything correctly, but we have. So we're going to go out of this and we're going to run setup.bat. It's going to check dependencies and install any of them that we don't have. This can take as long as your connection allows, really. Once that's finished, it's going to ask you for administrator permissions to install prerequisites. After that, the .bat will go away and we'll be able to run generate project files.bat. This shouldn't take long. Once it starts, it should finish up pretty quickly. After that, we're able to run ue4.sln. Sometimes the first launch of this can take a while to load in. After it's loaded in here, there's not too much else to do. Most of it's just going to be pretty time consuming. So you're going to double check in the top left that you have development editor selected and Win64 also selected. And then you're going to right click UE4 in the browser and click on build. You can watch the output down here in the bottom left. This is one of those things that's going to take as long as your computer allows, so if you have a stronger computer, it should finish up pretty quickly. The first part of this isn't going to take too long, but once it starts fully building it, it's going to take a while. You're going to want to make sure you don't close anything or bother anything, and if you let Visual Studio be the only thing running, it'll make it go by a lot quicker. As you can see here, it finished building the first part and it's going to move on to building the entire engine. It's going to be about 5,000 outputs for it, so once again, it's going to be one of those things that takes as long as your computer allows it to take, and having a stronger computer is going to allow it to go a lot faster. As you can see here, it's starting that near 5,000 build. Once it gets finished up, we'll be able to go into the editor just like normal. As you can see here, the build finished with 0 errors. Next, you're going to right click on UE4. You can select debug here, or you can select debug in the top, or you can press F5 on your keyboard. You're going to want to make sure that you right click UE4 and set it as your startup project before you do that. The first time loading the editor can take a while. Usually doesn't take too long in Visual Studio, but once the editor loads up, it's going to need to compile shaders. As you can see, it's loading the editor now, and here in a second it's going to start compiling all the shaders needed, and it'll start the editor just like normal. As you can see here, the editor came up just like normal. I'm going to select game, but you can do whatever you're working with and make a new third-person project or whatever you're working with. Name it however you like. You can change it to C++ here, but I'm going to keep it as a blueprint project, just to show you what it would look like to convert a current blueprint project into a C++ project. You can change where it gets stored there, but I'm going to keep it in my documents. This may take a little bit to load up. As you can see in the bottom right, it's compiling more shaders, so we're going to wait on those to finish up. They shouldn't take too long. But as you can see, the world looks a little weird than what you're probably used to. I also have a notification there for new plugins, so we're going to ignore those for now. Once those shaders finish up, I'm going to show you how to convert it to a C++ project. The easiest way to me is to not do it this way, but go to File and New C++ class, click None, click Next, and then create class. You don't need to name it or anything. It's going to add the code to your project, which shouldn't take long either. And you should see a message in the bottom right here in a second that pops up saying compiling new code. All that compiling the code's going to do, converting it to a C++ project, is going to allow you to package out third-party plugins that you get from a source like Advanced Sessions. and you'll also be able to create dedicated servers for your games. That way, if you're not going to use a subsystem like Steam, it'll open Visual Studio once it's finished, but you're not going to need it if you don't want to use any code. Until if you want to do a dedicated server, you'll have to build it from Visual Studio. But other than that, your project will stay Blueprint if you would like it to. That's going to be all for this video. I hope you all enjoyed. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and have a good day.